Welcome, everyone. Like to call to order our May 22nd meeting of the Local Historic District Commission. And did everyone get a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
I
Yes.
did.
Do I have a motion to approve them?
It's all good except that my name has two T's.
Sorry, Cat GPT. I'm sorry. I run it through that to make the notes. That's my
No
secret.
worries.
Yes, I will update that. Thank you.
Okay. So with that change, do I have a motion to approve?
Yes.
So moved.
Motion, yeah.
Okay.
Seconded.
Great. By roll call, Mateo with two
Yep.
T's. Beth,
Yes.
Stephen,
See.
Katie,
Yes.
and I say yes. Great. So the second or the third thing technically on our agenda is to discuss the revolving fund idea for homeowners in historic districts. And this actually came out of me going to the comprehensive plan update that they gave, and it was something that they were talking about doing for the city. And it made me think, oh, is this something that potentially we could do for the local historic district if we got someone to give us some seed money, like found a grant or something like that, and then we could loan out money to homeowners to do things to their homes, and as they paid it back, then we would have the ability to loan it out to another. So hence the revolving fund.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was an interesting idea that I heard at the comprehensive plan, so I thought it was worth like bringing it up and hearing what everybody thinks, and if that's something we want to try to explore or if that feels too ambitious. And I don't know how the money part of it works in terms of like if we can even hold an account. Like that would have to be, we dig into with the city to see how that could all work.
I mean, I don't think there's any harm in like actually researching it. So far this year, like we've just been kind of like meeting and asking if there's any new or old business. And I feel like we haven't really been doing anything. So why don't we see if this is an option that's viable?
Okay. Anybody else have thoughts?
I've often thought that when we direct somebody to bring their renovation or their project in line with the Victorian or Queen Anne or whatever we're seeking, that and some of our requirements cost money. And the idea of putting our money where our directives are appealed to me. I don't think grants would be the way to fund it, because grants are so unreliable, particularly in this era. So if the city could set aside a fund, a revolving, I think it would have to be from the city.
I don't think we're going to get anything from the city given what's going on.
Well, the city won't give us so much as postage.
Right.
So it would be a lift. It would be an effort. But I think it'd be worthwhile if we had $25,000 in a revolving fund.
Yeah, I guess when I was saying grants, I was like, is there a private donor that we could get for seed money or something, like a rich person that's really passionate about historical renovations? I don't know, like some foundation that does it, or I don't like, just spitballing.
Well, even, I mean, if we could raise money outside of Holyoke, I don't know of anyone who has like, I mean, I might know some people. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. But like, aside from like individual rich people that we can hit up for money, I was thinking more of like organizations that are interested in historic preservation.
Yeah.
Like they're good at raising money, and sometimes they'll kind of cast a wide net. So they'll actually go looking for projects where it's like, we're not really sure what to support next, aside from buying a bunch of furniture and keeping it on display. So I know that, I grew up kind of closer to the eastern part of the state, but there were half a dozen organizations that I can think of off the top of my head that, were small, just community based, but they would really kind of find a cause worth enlisting in and then really kind of dig their feet in, hold bake sales, all that sort of fun stuff. If we could kind of get connected with one of those, I feel like they could really be an engine that drives us.
Yeah. So do we want to form like a subcommittee of a couple people to get going on that? Or what do you guys see as like potential next steps?
Well, I mean, first we need to figure out what the process would be for accepting and starting up sort of like our own fund for this. Because it's just like, it's one thing to find people who are willing to give us the money, and it's another to figure out the framework to kind of put it in and have the revolving fund. And then the other side is, do any of us know kind of where we should start, where we can start looking for grants or donations or even someone who would be willing to lend a hand with this, right?
Yes, which is why I suggested a subcommittee that could, so we're not doing it in meetings, and like more time can be given to it. Is there anyone that would be interested in working on it in a subcommittee fashion?
I would be happy to spend some time on this. Sounds interesting. Can't be a subcommittee of one, though. Any other volunteers?
I should say that I'm on my way out because I think my term is up very soon, and I don't plan to run again.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's going to be interesting because I don't know that so then we'll all need to be here for a quorum.
In that case, maybe we shouldn't take on a project like this if we ourselves are so short of manpower.
I don't follow, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if we're down to, the bare minimum of people that we have, like, we ourselves are almost our own subcommittee.
Yes, but if more than two of us meet, then or three of us, then we run into a quorum issue. So
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then.
Yeah. I'm currently on like 5 commissions and subcommittees, so I have no more bandwidth. I don't know if anyone else does.
I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of bandwidth, just in general in life. So I can show up, be here.
Well,
I can take notes and run it through ChatGPT. But taking on a subcommittee isn't something I am able to do right now.
well, in that case, maybe we could just hold this as sort of an idea for the future. It doesn't sound like, if we discuss it as an option, it doesn't sound like enough of us have enough time to really get it off the ground.
Yeah, and actually, I'm looking at when all of our dates are up, and Mateo's actually the third one out of the 3 of us, or out of the 5 of us. Steven's first up in July.
Oh, I thought I was up in July too, but maybe
It
not.
says October.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, you're
Actually-
in until October, Mateo?
that's what it says on the website. Whether that's real or not,
Yeah.
I think I just saw my thing the other day, my appointment letter. I'll check that.
okay. So Steven, myself, and Mateo are all up in 2025. Steven, do you plan on, I'm not trying to put you on the spot if you don't have an answer for this right now.
Well, I was thinking about it, and then Mateo spoke. I thought, oh, geez, what am I going to do? I'm on the local government restructure committee that meets on Thursdays, and now on the speed management committee that meets on Thursdays.
It might be time to revisit. I know that we're kind of going really far afield right now from the topic at hand, but it might be time to revisit combining the commissions, because I think, and I could be completely wrong, but I think historical is low on people. And I honestly don't know that I can re-up because I'm on planning and then a subcommittee for redoing the zoning like looking at redoing the zoning ordinance for planning, and then the open space and recreation commission and CPA. So, and I have a job.
Well, do you have a life?
Yeah, being on commissions and boards.
Well, that's very fulfilling.
um, so I guess, huh?
That combining idea, I mean, it's been around for a long time, and I think it might be time to revisit that. The
Yeah.
two commissions.
Because I know that some people that were not excited about that possibility are also maybe not going to be in the room anymore. So I don't know. I think maybe that's something good for everybody to think about, and then we can talk about it, put it on the agenda next time and see what we think.
Yeah.
But I know, like, I've tried to find other people to join this commission, and I'm coming up empty. So you know, if 3 members are gone, then it's a 2-member committee, and that can't meet.
Definitely.
So I will add that to our agenda for next time. And then by then we should all be able to know when we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, pulling back up the actual agenda. Well, I think that number 4 on it is the workshops for homeowners. And I think if that's like, if we're not even sure what the commission looks like, then maybe we need to.
Yeah, we should probably settle whether this is going to exist in 6 months.
Yes. And then the last thing on the agenda is just like new and old business. So I don't know if we want to, we can take this up and chat about it a little bit more under new business.
I moved 2 meetings, and I was interested in the minutes about the idea of a person reaching out to request a multifamily building permit on the lot at 48 Fairfield. Where is that? I missed the meeting, so.
Oh, it's the back lot that they broke off that faces.
I know the back lot, yeah.
Yeah.
That fronts on Morgan Street.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything else from Devin or the building commission about it. So he applied for it. He was informed that it is under our purview, and nothing can happen until he comes to us.
Okay, so there's no news on that.
No.
And is it still our friend Joe who's restoring 48 Fairfield?
Sam?
Sam, yes.
Yeah. As far as I know, yeah. But the back lot was bought by Mr. Kane of Kane Brothers Landscaping.
So that's been separated off. It's been subdivided.
Yeah. It was auctioned last summer, I think. Maybe the summer before.
Okay.
Yeah. And at the auction, I was there, and I made everyone who was bidding aware that it was part of the local historic district.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of the auctioneer. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Oh, and I did receive a letter from Marco that the fence, the white
yes, the white plastic fence.
It's gone. They took it down.
Yeah, because they're moving.
I wondered if it was coming on the market.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh.
I mean, I think they're moving because they're having tax sales and stuff like that. So I assume they're moving.
Interesting.
And indeed, they did promise that they would take it down, which is good.
They did.
Yeah. It's nice to know that they followed on that.
Yeah. Yeah, one day I woke up and the fence was gone. And I was like, huh, I wonder whether they're moving. And I think they're moving.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were moving or if, because the way we wrote it was like, if there's no longer a need for the fence, you move.
Right.
And I was like, maybe the child is a couple years older and doesn't need it in the same way.
Yeah, I think they're moving.
Yeah, sounds like it if there's tag sales happening.
Okay.
Oh, Mateo, you said you were gonna have a COA.
Yeah, but we haven't finished our plan, or it's actually unclear whether we need it, so I don't know yet.
Okay. Based on this conversation, I would say if you're gonna need it, try and get it in for next meeting.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, the commission needs to exist. I don't know how, but it's otherwise people on Fairfield cannot do work.
Yeah, but if we can't re-up, then I don't know.
Yeah, what did they do in the times before? Because I know before Lauren and I joined, there was
We
times
actually
where it was
always had a
low.
quorum.
Okay.
Made of, thanks to Olivia, who served as an alternate, and various different people that came and go. And I mean, at least since 2019, which is when I joined, we always had a quorum in some way or another.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if anybody knows of anybody who's interested in getting on the commission, then it would be useful too.
We
But I
could,
think
we could post
we have.
basically a help wanted ad on the city website. I could do that.
Okay, that'd be great.
Maybe I'll write something up and I'll send it to you, Lauren. And if you think that expresses it, we'll post it.
Okay, and that sounds great.
Did we get any response? I think you reached out to like the Order of Architects or whatever it's called. I mean, because the ordinance says, says that the composition of this commission should involve like an architect of some kind and
Yes.
things like that. Did they ever get back to it?
Yeah, they got back to me saying that they would post it, and then that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It
I
did
know.
break down and have some, the different members had to have special abilities or background. At this point, it's just alive and breathing.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth me reaching out to the historical commission chair and just beginning that conversation?
I wish you would.
I think so.
Yeah. Although I want to be clear, I mean, the process is going to be very long because it needs to be approved by the city council. You cannot just merge the two commission.
Yeah, but I mean, if we need to try and find a solve and like three of us sitting here aren't gonna be sitting here, then we need to get something in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least try and explore possibilities. I hear you, because when does city council go on break?
I think in August.
Okay. So I feel like if we got the mayor behind it, and like if the historical commission was even interested in it at this point, and we got the mayor behind it, we could probably get it in front of city council pretty quickly if all parties were in agreement.
Yeah.
And like, wouldn't they be, given the fact that like we're down to, at the end of the summer, we'll be down to 2 people, like, and we can't hold anything. So it kind of is like, what should we do? Like, combining commissions seems like the good idea.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
And we may not be down to 2 people, but like it's better to like plan for the worst.
Well, yeah.
Hope for the best. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have anything else?
No?
Not I.
Mateo, you look like you want to say something.
No, I was just reading the part of the what is it called? the Massachusetts general laws that are about the historic district commission. What the major issues in previous discussion about merging the two commissions was that local historic district ones are limited in the number of members. Like they cannot have more than, I think, 6 or 7 members, something like that. And there are requirements about this. For example, 1 or 2 needs to be residents in the district, right? And other things like that. And that didn't fly very well with the historic commission, because essentially means that Fairfield will always have a member, on the historic commission, even if the historic is supposed to be about the whole city.
Yeah, but is anyone even on historical commission that was on it in previous iterations of this conversation?
I have no clue who is on the historic commission.
Hold, please, and I will tell you.
I mean, I don't think so, because the only 2 people that really were involved here were Marco and Olivia. So
I think Olivia might still be on historical commission.
yeah,
Well, I think she is.
she wouldn't be a problem probably, but anyway.
Yeah, it's Chris Gauthier is the chair, Joseph Mazzola is the vice chair, Zaisha Robert is the secretary, Olivia's term expires this December, and then Lisbeth Rodriguez.
Yeah, I don't know these people.
Mary O'Connor, who I actually think left already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think Lisbeth shows up regularly. David Owen, and then there's vacancy. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's time that these 2 commissions join. Maybe it's a good time. But yeah, there are some constraints that people should be aware of.
Yeah, good point. But I think the circumstances call for the conversation to start.
Yeah.
should we make a motion about me reaching out? I feel like that feels kind of like officially.
All right, I'm all for that.
I
I make a motion that Lauren reach out to the historical commission and discuss the possibility and practicality of a merger.
seconded.
By roll call, Mateo,
Yeah.
Steven,
Definitely.
Yes for me.
Yes.
and Katie. Sorry.
Yes.
gotta go. All right, and I say yes as well. Okay, so I will do that and update you all next month.
Very good.
I think that's everything, unless anybody has anything else they want to chat about.
Not at the moment.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Have a great long weekend, guys.
Just
You too.
quick roll call, Mateo,
Yeah.
Stephen,
Yes.
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
and I say yes too. Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Ciao tutti.
Ciao.